Endless has posted the automatic thing to. Let's get on my award suite on the live on here now. Sweet. Facebook's on yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sweet. Right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 77 of Endless Banter. Tonight's show is hashtag who are you voting for? We'll get into that later. I'd say we're joined by Paul tonight, but for some reason I'm joined by a link. Good evening, Mr. PH. How are you? How's your week been? What you vaping? What you have for tea? And how's everything?
I am good. Are we live on YouTube yet?
We're live on them all.
Yeah. Just turn the volume down, off, whatever. There we go. Yeah, I'm good. Had a good week. Been busy as always. Busy at work. Mayor's birthday on Monday. It's busy, this time of the year is just busy in the factory full stop because we're driving around visiting customers, taking bottles of whiskey and wine and Christmas time, mistletoe and wine, chocolates and all, calendars and all that sort of good stuff.
Do you ever get any customers that you don't go and see for like Christmas because or it's just not their thing or whatever? Do you go see everybody?
No, I wouldn't not go and see someone because they're Muslim. Because we're still,
yeah.
I might not take them a bottle of whiskey. I might take them chocolates or. Mate, some of the Muslims are like, if you're bringing whiskey, let me know. I can meet you at the car, innit? But now we just normally what we do, we look at because there's about 2,500 customers on the customer base, and we're not going to all of them customers.
Yeah.
So we've got sort of a top 10, which are probably 100 grand plus spenders. I mean, we normally go and see the top 40, which will cover down to sort of £20,000 account, and obviously the more they spend, the better the package. The higher up the list they are, me and Tim would go and see them customers, and then the sales manager and Darren, the production manager, will split up the sort of lower end customer. So it's just busy. We're finishing on the 20th, so we've got a nice decent break. I might not be back until the 6th, but I won't know that until tomorrow. We've got a decent time off. Yeah, good. It's all good stuff, man.
It's nice that you got to take your time out to go see customers and that, though. It's meant you do that.
It's important, mate. Some of them spend a lot of money with us.
Is it something you brought into the fact to like the?
Nah, to be honest, mate. Back in the day, they used to spend bare money on gifts at Christmas. But more, even like as a supplier, I used to probably get 20 years ago. I'd probably come home with over the next 3 weeks. I'd probably bring home somewhere in the region of 30 to 50 bottles of whiskey. It was just handed out for jokes, and obviously as business got tighter, people was less willing to dish it out. And to be fair, like, I knew the same people would bring me something every year, and I used to say to them, look, just bring me a fucking slab of lager or something, it's cheaper, and I'll drink it.
Yeah.
But then even then, I might end up with like 5, 6, 7, 8 slabs of lager, and I had some in there that were out of date before I drunk them, because I don't really drink a lot. So
yeah, sort of a summer thing in it, but I honestly think it's really nice. Like it does happen. Obviously, it's not just about the Christmas. It's also showing, like, you know what I mean, we've done good business together. We've worked well together, and a bit of a thanks, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I used to really appreciate the packages. I used to send from Yorkshire Vapor to us as a customer of his, buying his liquid wholesale and stuff like that. It's a nice touch. But yeah, so yeah, we're just busy, mate. We're just busy doing what we're doing, and yeah,
Do you want to answer Arthur's question?
What's Arthur's question?
Do my Facebook up.
Facebook, 1 second.
We constantly look at them. You're getting a personal message back. That sounds a bit. Can Paul just say hi, Arthur? Right, so what we'll do is we'll say hello to everyone that's watching. So we'll go through a few names. Hi, Paul Harrison. Hi, Taz Dean. Hi, Pixie Quim. Hi, Salam. Hi, Adam. Hi, Abby. Hi, Gavin. Hi, Alex. Hi, Mark. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jay. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Neil. Hi, Nicholas. Hi, Louise. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Claire. Hi, Benjamin. Hi, Sam. And I think that's about it, isn't it? Hi, Arthur. Good evening, sir.
Hello, Arthur. My Polish friend.
Did you see my post I put up earlier of Arthur, who's actually in the undercard of AJ Ruiz?
Yeah, Arthur's younger brother.
I'm telling you now, the geezer. When I saw him, I was like, fuck off, as if Arthur's on the fucking stage. Fucking absolutely brilliant. I'm sure I took a picture earlier as well.
Who the fuck's that guy?
Tell me, from a distance, that doesn't look like Arthur.
Kevin Lester, good evening, Kevin. Good evening, everyone that's watching. I don't know how Tom even got to that list, actually. I don't know if I click on
the list. I literally just went through everybody who was chatting in the who it says come watching. Sorry, hi Kevin. So we've got a lot of things. Some good, some bad, and I've also got a new section I want to go through. So I'm going to start with the new section that we're going to do, and I've called it Twatty.
Don't forget, if you want Zeus juice, get in touch with Arthur and he'll hook you up.
Yeah, the new section for we're going to do every week from now on is called Twatty, which stands for This Week on the Internet. And what we're going to do is we're going to get you to tell us what's ground your gears this week on the internet. This week on the internet, what has ground your gears, Mr. Harrison?
You asking me now?
I am, yeah.
Fucking idiots. Idiots that are fucking Labour or Conservative saying you shouldn't vote for Jeremy Corbyn, he's a liar. You need to vote for Boris because Boris is going to do this. And you shouldn't vote for Boris because he's a liar. You need to vote for Jeremy Corbyn because Jeremy Corbyn said he's going to do this. And I'm like, you fucking stupid cunt. Both fucking liars, right? They're both going to say what they want you to hear, and you're going to spout that mantra off because that's what you do. It's literally like you saying the endless mods are the best mods in the whole world, and that's it. End of. Because everyone's going to say, Tom, you're going to say that, mate. You work for them.
Yeah. So
for someone who's got their fucking toenails hanging out of Jeremy Corbyn's arse saying, no, don't vote for Boris, not unless you're a racist, mate. That someone actually said that on my fucking status.
On Facebook. I had to
on my status, if you vote for Conservative, you're a racist.
Fucking hell. You know, we were on about social media last week. It's made so many fucking politicians. It's unfucking real. There's so many people that should be running.
I'm seeing people that don't work saying, yeah, vote for Jeremy Corbyn, man, 4-day working week. And I'm like, the only thing that does is give you an extra day. You haven't got to pretend you've been out looking for a job. That's the only benefit that you have from that. Is on Fridays, you can literally sit about in your pants, and if the job centre calls you, just say, listen, it's a long weekend, isn't
it? Jeremy Corbyn said it's a long weekend.
Fucking idiots, mate. Absolutely idiots. And I said on my live feed today, and I might be wrong, I might be talking out my ass, but for me personally, my honest opinion is that our politicians have next to no power. I honestly believe that I've got as much chance of changing anything in this country as Jeremy Corbyn or Boris Johnson, because I believe that the higher powers use them people as puppets, including Mr. Trump and all the other so-called powerful people in this nation. They're not powerful. There's powerful people in this nation that own the fucking world, and they decide what happens. And I believe that our next chapters for this country are already written. And on that basis, I'm voting for Boris Johnson just because he cycles to work and I like him and it makes me laugh. No other reason. That's the only reason why I'm voting for Conservative. And most of the people on my friends list who are pushing Labour, they're just like, I know that if they're watching this, they'll all be going, fucking what the fucking hell are you voting Conservative for? Fucking fucking just because, just to annoy you, like no other reason.
Sam Yates says, I'm already sick of seeing pictures of presents people have brought and wrapped and advertised them under the fucking tree. That's already up.
I haven't even got a clue.
What are you fucking saying? And I agree with that. Do you know what I don't like about that? Is, well, I think stupid about that. Not that I don't like about it. You're advertising that the presents are under the fucking tree, and when you go out, someone's watching your fucking gaff and they're going to take your presents from under your fucking tree.
Not in my fucking house, they're not. Now, you know what, to be fair, I've been guilty of it in years gone by. And I think, if I'm being honest, when we went from a situation of properly struggling to being in a position where we could actually spend some money on the kids and buy them exactly what they'd asked for and what they wanted, it's nice to, well, maybe it is that I just like them likes of people going, fucking hell. But for me, I was quite proud to be able to say, you know what, Christmas is sorted this year. I ain't had to borrow money. I ain't had to scrape by. I've not had to tell the kids that Father Christmas must have dropped the fucking iPhone off the back of the sleigh and that's why you haven't got it, because he's a fucking fat imbecile. I've got them what they wanted. But to be honest, I just see, you know what, I had a quite in-depth conversation last week about why I feel like social media has broken the whole of the my generation, the generation below me and the generation below that. And I do, and the more time I spend on Instagram, the more people make me want to fucking punch them in the head. It's annoying as fuck, and I don't care that you've got an Alp on a shelf. Quite honestly, I really don't. I don't understand why. You've been telling me all year on your other statuses how good your kid is. Now you're having to blackmail the little cunts with a fucking naughty elf to get them to do what you want them to do, because actually they're not good. They're fucking horrible. They're naughty kids. You've got naughty kids, but you just pretend they're good because you're getting likes and well done, hun. You know what? Stick your elf on a shelf up your ass. I'm not interested.
Fucking good old elf on the shelf. Admit in the chat who's got a fucking elf on the. Let's find out. Let's out who's got a fucking elf on the shelf. None of you going to admit to it.
Shelf every year, apart from this year.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
No, not every year. We had last year an elf on the shelf. We've done 2 days, and then actually the elf's retired because we never done it. we done elf on the shelf up to Christmas Eve. No.
We didn't longer than 2 days.
I've done one where I fucked tissue paper around the fucking floor.
Whole thing deal.
Didn't you do one with like talc or something as well?
We've done more than 2, Tom. We've probably done it for half of December.
I'm sure you did one with talc. I'm sure that I saw one with talc.
I've done it for the likes, man. I've done it for the likes.
They aren't doing anything. We didn't post anything.
It's the fucking scrummy mummies and in the scrummy yards that pisses me off with Christmas. Scrummy mummies.
You know what? It's not even like Christmas that fucks me off with that. It's the whole. I swear it winds me up. There's trollops on Instagram posting pictures of themselves in the bath, and their bath looks like it's been used for mixing cement in it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Sort your life out, you tramp. Am I expecting anyone now? So if there's fucking 4 geezers out there in balaclavas and a sledgehammer, they've come for the card.
Sam Yates says, also, them people that tell you what to buy their kids can get to fuck.
You know what? When like In fact, now you know what? I was just about to say, one of my pals was saying to me the other day that his sister had messaged him. I was just going to say, one of my pals was telling me that his sister messaged him saying, "You've got to spend this much because I've spent that much." And I was like, "I'd tell her to fuck you." Now, you know what? I can honestly, Roy, if we buy something for someone else, and you know, like one thing I can honestly say, with my hand on my heart, that I enjoy giving to people if I can. And I think maybe as I've got a little bit older, I'm a bit more, not even for me, it's not because I haven't had it back, so therefore you're not getting it. But like when people would blatantly open with two open arms accept a gift for their kids and they can't even write your kid a birthday card and stuff like that, I'm just a bit like, you know what, fuck you. I'd rather spend the extra money on my own kids, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I've given a present to a friend or a friend's kids or whatever, and they're like, "Oh God, we ain't got yours, nothing." It's not like I'm saying, "Well, you need to sort something out." You know what I mean? Just PayPal me a $1 and I'll fucking buy my own kids something. We've bought your kids something because we wanted to, but then vice versa. I can honestly say, if someone landed at my house and bought my kids a present and we hadn't got one, I wouldn't feel guilty. Not because I don't give a fuck. It's just a bit like, if you're only giving to receive, just buy your own kids more shit.
No, I get that. It's the same as fucking filming, fucking giving yourself a quid to a fucking homeless person. It's exactly the same feeling, isn't it? You don't need to be thanked for, you know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it because you want to do it.
You know what I've seen today on the internet? Actually, one of the positive things that I've seen on the internet, but actually, it was posted at. You know what? It's not positive. No, the actual idea behind it was really positive. I don't even know whether it was in the UK, but I'm assuming it was. But the geezer who owned this cafe put a clothes rail outside, and then there was a big sign up that says, "If you're cold, take one." And coats, if you're cold, take one. And basically, if you don't need it, leave one. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like somewhere for people to hang coats up and homeless people or whatever go and take a coat. But to be honest, I looked through the rack and all the coats were shit. So I didn't
I like that kind of thing. Me personally, I do like that. But then in my head, I'm always like, there's always going to be that cunt that doesn't need it, but will take it. You're always going to get that, aren't you?
Yeah, you know what, mate? I think it's human nature that some people will just take something because it's free, not because they need it. And I've been guilty of that myself in the past as well. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I've got a little bit older and I appreciate different things in my life. I don't really appreciate material things, to be honest, because they don't really make any difference to me. Take or leave them. I'm not that fussed, so I appreciate different things, and I am a bit like, I don't need it. Just give it to someone who does need it, because if I wanted it, I can afford to buy it, and it might not even be an expensive thing. It could be something that's £3, but there's people out there that fucking find £3 a struggle, especially if they've spent all their money on sniff. So it's just like,
this is true.
But yeah, to come back onto whatever the fucking acronym was that he used.
Twatty. This week on the internet.
It should be called Twatty, mate, because fucking too many politicians on my newsfeed for my liking.
Have you blocked anyone? Or muted anyone?
Because I like commenting on them, man, because I know it winds them up even more.
I just get fucking frustrated. Like if I comment, I'll get really fucking frustrated. I'm just like, shut up. It just fucking
comment on them saying, look, Boris has got my vote because I think that fucking fat kids should have to pay for their school dinners. And then they're like, what the fucking hell's fat kids got to do with anything? Oh my God, fucking hell.
Sam Yates, my work yard have been collecting presents of clean clothes, blankets to give to the homeless, which is a good thing. And Gavin Blake says, dropped a pallet of Tim Tams from work in Oxford for the homeless space. Students cleared it before the tramps got a sniff. Free shit, people will kill over it.
What
What's
the fuck?
What are Tim Tams? Yeah, what are Tim Tams? Have I got to fucking Google what Tim Tams are? Or what are you giving the homeless fucking Tom Tams for? Tim Tams. What are Tim Tams? Oh, biscuits. I think the biscuits.
Chocolate.
Some sort of chocolate, yeah.
Aussie penguins. Fucking hell, you could have sent me some of them, Gavin, you cunt.
Chocolate biscuits from Australia. Ah, didn't know that.
You know, another thing that fucking grips my shit.
Go on.
We used to have an advent calendar that had a chocolate behind each door. Now you can buy advent calendars that have got like a car behind each door. They're about £600,000, and it's like every year they get more and more extreme. And you can get one with like a can of beer behind every door. Now,
Yeah, I've
literally
seen that.
cheaper to buy a 24-pack and stand it up on the side and just slide a can out every day. Just Sharpie 124 across the bottom of the cans, and fucking there you go. You got yourself a beer advent calendar.
My auntie were telling me about one that she saw. It was a Wizard of Oz one, 250 quid for a Wizard of Oz one.
Harrods was £280. I think the Tiffany one is £3,000. So it comes with like earrings, it comes with a bracelet, She's got to be fucking absolutely mashed fucking cock for a £3,000 advent calendar.
The thing is, you buy a £3,000 advent calendar. What the fuck do you buy for Christmas after you just spent £3,000 on an advent calendar? A fucking house.
Now, you know what? I thought about doing an endless mods one back in the day where, like, in the first door you might get the peak insulator for the RDA, and the second one you get the 510 pin, and actually you obviously make it over the course. But I was like, I'd have to sell it for mod money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We didn't have enough. I didn't have enough about me to like just substores them and say, "Oh, you can buy this advent calendar for £30."
Yeah.
Then it was like, and obviously some people would just buy it, open all the doors, sit at home, build their mod. Jobs are good and crack on. But I thought it'd be quite nice to do it where you get a piece, and on the last day you get the bit that you need to make it all fucking work. You know what I mean?
Oh, it'd be pretty cool. See, what you could do is if you had that like all posted, you could send like maybe like a few parts at a time, couldn't you? Rather than doing the advent calendar, you could maybe like send a part every day. It'd be arsic, but it'd be fucking fun though.
What, with the UK postage? I'm getting fucking messages in March saying, "Oh man, I'm still waiting for my fucking battery rattler adjuster."
Literally sat there with just a button. Fucking Royal Mail not brought it. The only advent calendars they sell in my area have a 10% code off next to crack weed order. What the fuck, Ian? Tim Tams. Right, let's get into some news then. So all hospitals in Lincolnshire have banned smoking on the grounds by January 2020. They want to ban smoking on all grounds in Lincolnshire hospitals, but vaping is allowed, and they'll also be giving out patches and inhalers. What's your thoughts on that? As in the fact that they're giving out patches and basically NRT. They're giving out NRT and they're allowing vaping.
Yeah, because they're just gearing up for fucking big tobacco moves, man. These things, like, as much as it's good, just don't see what it makes. I feel like we're about to get fucked all somewhere.
It is a good thing, but it's definitely at the back of your head, isn't it? Always at the back of your head. What's the actual motive of this? Like setting up vape shops in hospitals, is that where maybe they go, right, well, we're going to shut that down and take it over, and then all of a sudden you see a big tobacco vape shop?
That's what'll happen. I mean, I can remember about 3 or 4 years ago when people like says, "Oh, brilliant! They're going to be giving out vape on prescription." I was like, "They're not really. They're never going to give them a voucher to come to my shop and spend 24 quid." Actually, it was about big pharma products and stuff like that. So No, it's good. It's good that you know what. I still think it's good that we've not had this draconian way of dealing with vaping like America have had. It's still got to be good for us. And like I've said many times, they're going to take over when they're ready to take over. It is what it is. That's it.
Cool. Going off that question, then, I saw this was actually a question on one of the sites I was reading, and the question was, and this was actually a genuine question. Says, how do you convince your family and friends vaping is better than smoking? I think it was more surrounding, obviously, with the negative news and stuff like that that's going on. How would you, from an outsider's point of view, would you say to somebody who has no idea, just sees the news, how would you be able to convince them that vaping is better than smoking?
I don't think you can. I think, you know what, I think when like I says, if you look at my mum's generation, she's 72-ish years old, and I say 2-ish because I can't remember if she's 71, 72 or 72.
71.
She's 71, so I know my mum had seen the news that says that people dying from vaping, and straight away she'd be like, what the fucking hell is our Paul saying? But she'd never think bloody news people telling lies, because her generation, they just take everything for gospel. And then you've got, like I said before, it's difficult for me as a reseller and a manufacturer to be able to stand in my shop and say to a customer, you're much better off vaping than you are smoking, because their first thought is, I'm just doing what big tobacco's doing and just trying to grab the money off them. Say to the point where I'd rather send someone to one of my competitors that I trust and say, look, don't give me your money, give it to them, but just don't give it to big tobacco. And I think, I'd never try and convince anyone, quite honestly. If someone's telling me that smoking's better for them than vaping, then knock yourself out and spend your fucking 20 quid a day on your fucking 40 fakes. Do what you're doing. Because some people can't be told.
Yeah. I think it becomes a point where you basically stood on a soapbox, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I think there's only so far you can take it, because the thing is a lot of people, it's not that people are ignorant to it, they just don't want to know. So if you try to educate them to it, they just don't want to hear it, regardless of what they've heard on the news or not. They just don't want to hear what anyone else has got to say. News is gospel. I want to touch on what Sam just said. Are you allowed to advertise vape products on sports team events like you used to be able to with cigarettes?
You can add, as far as I know, you can advertise vape companies, but you can't advertise. Well, you can advertise a brand, but you'll see that anything that's vape related that's advertised also claims nicotine for it. So I know, like, for instance, when
of rugby league, not in the fact of rugby league.
So what's on rugby league?
Rugby league stadium. There's a stadium called it's St Helens. They're one of the top flight teams, and their stadium is called the Totally Wicked Stadium, and it also has the Totally Wicked Devil on it.
Yeah,
they also have it all over their kits as well.
Yeah, that's their brand, but they couldn't have a bottle of e-liquid with 18 milligram on it.
No.
So, like, for instance, when Matt used to sponsor the likes of Gamal Yafai on Sky Sports to wear a V-Juice cap, he had to have, because it was a juice company and advertising e-liquid, he had to say no nicotine. They sponsored a Formula 2 car or something, and it's V-Juice e-liquid, no nicotine. Whereas if I was just to advertise shady vaping, I can. But I can't, and I could advertise an endless mod in theory, but I can't say necessarily what it's for, what you do with it, what you put in it, or so it has to be like a no nicotine product or a brand. So if we advertised AF juice on a football team shirt, it'd have to say no nicotine.
Right, because it's got the word like juice in it.
Yeah.
Because it's like a descriptive word.
That's my understanding of it anyway.
So I'm just saying, I find it bizarre you still see advertisement for Nicorette patches and other smoking cessation products, but not vaping on TV.
Yeah. McLaren does have
Oh,
VoIP
innit?
on the car, but they just have VoIP. They don't have like VoIP 20 milligram Nick salt or whatever.
They just have like hasn't McLaren one, yeah.
See, Adam Pickering makes a good point, but that's rugby league, not a proper sport.
He's a rugby union fan. Don't even get me started with kick and clap. I'll say it live on fucking air.
I think both of them are shit, to be honest. So I don't even know what the rules are. I'm not even lying. I literally watched the World Cup because I felt like I should watch the World Cup, and I still didn't know what the fucking rules were.
Have you seen the potential viral pic that states there is one poisonous thing, the other is a snake? Billboards in America. What's that?
So basically, there's a billboard in America that's got a picture of a rattlesnake and a picture of a vape pen, and it says one of these is poisonous and the other one is a rattlesnake.
No way.
Shocking, like proper next level madness.
Right, well, seeing as that's been mentioned, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you something that I found today, and I don't know how many people have seen it. Is vaping propaganda 101. Proper vaping propaganda. Right, I'm going to show you.
I'm going to have a propaganda.
Right. This is the website. Let me refresh the website. So this website is behindthehaze.com is what this website is called.
Yeah.
Check it out. Go check it out after this, because this is literally propaganda 101 when it decides to load. Want to know the facts of on vaping? Want the real facts on vaping? I'm gonna wait till this video loads because I want to play this fucking video. Tell me if you can hear it when it starts playing, Paul. Can you hear it?
Very, very quietly.
Can you hear it? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can. So you can hear it.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for what it is. Look past the vape hype. Get the real facts at behindthehaze.com.
So that's the video. Let's scroll down and let's read some of these stuff that what he said. So first of all, we've got here. It says vapes are popping up everywhere these days, but with all the flavors and ads on social media, it's hard to figure out what's really going on. Behind the Haze is dedicated to revealing the truth about vapes so you can see the real facts for yourself. This banner then here says, no young person should ever try our product. This is a quote from a company, vape company, EXC. Right? Even the companies admit their products are dangerous, and the high concentration of nicotine and other toxic chemicals make way more sense when many of these companies are owned by big tobacco. Learn more. Right? So first of all, I want to touch on no young person should ever try our products. I know of nobody, well, there's a few out there, but I know of nobody who would purposely sell to children.
Mate, I feel like that website's been set up by someone like me 10 years ago just for shits and giggles.
It's actually made by a company that actually does a lot of health stuff. Everything they promote is about healthy. So they do stuff about marijuana, stuff about cigarettes, stuff about healthy living. Their whole ethos of business is literally about, they say to people, we can do this for you and we'll put this information out there for your business. So basically they do like a PowerPoint for companies. So whoever's paid for this, I have no idea what the company that set it up has. They've also got another company, 24/7 it's called. It's about a school in Mexico that when the bell goes at the end of school, it says you are now allowed to use nicotine products on site. And that's what they do. So this website is massively propaganda. So they're saying that majority of vape companies are owned by big tobacco. Tell me how much of a percentage of that is true, especially in the UK.
What's that?
That majority of these companies are owned by big corporation, big tobacco, that are vape companies. Yeah, that's the word it says here. Yeah.
That's probably getting more and more true.
And then you've got vapes versus cigs. They're more similar than you think. In fact, one that can deliver as much nicotine as an entire pack of cigs. See how the nicotine content stacks up between most pods and most cigarettes below. So they're saying that one pod of 40 milligram, which is not able in the UK, you can obviously get that in the States, but in the UK is the exact same amount as a full pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, but who gives it? What's that got to do with anything, man? What's nicotine got to do with? It's just
this honestly, this website is literally just propaganda. So what's on the package versus what comes out of the pod.
So you know that fucking whatever you're sharing on the screen, the quality of it is absolutely shit, and I can't make head and tail of it.
Is it poor?
Yeah, really bad.
Hold on. Let me see if I can change it so it'll show it properly. Isn't it that? Right, I'll take that off. I'll stop sharing that. But if anybody wants to go on to that, it's behind the haze. So the next thing, I'll read the next thing that it says. So it's all literally eye-catching stuff on the website, like pictures and that. It says, turns out those vape flavors are hiding some pretty toxic stuff. In fact, vape clouds contain up to 31 different chemicals, and including formaldehyde, acetone, which in inverted commas says nail polish removers, and toxic metals that can build up on your lungs over time. And that is just the homepage of that website. Then they have a section at the bottom that says facts. And then you click onto the facts page and it comes up with literally a few words each sentence of like it'll say number one, produces formaldehyde, what they use to preserve dead bodies, acetone, nail polish remover and paint thinner, alkaline, a chemical in glue, and other carcinogenics in their vapor, which goes into your lungs. And then they put a source underneath it, and all these sources are from research of nicotine and tobacco, nothing to do with vaping at all. Dangerous metals such as chromium are found in vape. Toxic metal can build up on your lungs over time. Number 3, newer vapes combine freebase nicotine with benzocaine acid to create a stronger nicotine hit, which is obviously nic salts. Yeah. Juul's own patent states nicotine salt formulation provides satisfactory, comparable to smoking a traditional cigarette, which that is the whole point of vaping, is to be exactly the same. The nicotine you get from wood pod can be more than an entire pack of cigarettes. Number 6, vapes contain up to 31 different chemicals like formaldehyde. Number 7, each 5% Juul pod is manufactured to contain 40 milligram of nicotine based on 59 milligrams. And then the next one is 8, heavy nicotine use can prime adolescent brain for future substance use, which I don't know what that means. And then pulgon, a chemical that is carcinogenic and causes liver toxicity, is found in mint and menthol flavour e-cigarettes levels well above what is considered safe. So everything on this page, propaganda, like the whole website is literally to badmouth the whole of it.
But it's just bollocks, isn't it?
But these kind of websites will get out to fucking mainstream and get out to normal people, and they'll read this without fucking any sort of ignorance and just fucking believe every single word of it.
Yeah, of course they will.
But so the thing for me is that obviously that website is aimed at Americans. It's not aimed at the UK. But I saw that today and I was sort of like not just angered over it, but also like scared over it, because is that where we're coming to? Is that literally what we're coming to now? That it's propaganda to its fullest to try and get rid of vaping?
Mate, listen, if I was in a position financially to spend billions of pounds discrediting vaping, to then launch a product, and any pharmaceutical company that launches a product will naturally have a bunk up to sell it, because people will automatically assume that because it's big pharma, it's got to be better for us. So they'll discredit traditional vaping, then they'll start selling products that replicate what they've been discrediting, but because it's there, because of the way it's developed, it doesn't give you carcinogens, it doesn't give you fucking nichrome build-up, chromium build-up, and all the other bullshit that they're spouting on about. But the bottom line is, Juul designed their pod system to replicate smoking a cigarette. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to deliver nicotine in the same way, which it does. Nic's also designed to deliver nicotine in the same way as a cigarette. That doesn't mean that it's more dangerous than a cigarette.
I just saw the website and how it's constructed, and it's very eye-catching as a website. And for somebody who doesn't have a clue to see that website would believe every single fucking word on there, because they've even underneath got the links to where this information has come from. Like literally, just like it looks like somebody's gone destroy them onto a massive scale now. Is make a pretty website that looks fucking so mad. They've got a YouTube channel. It's just literally just there to just discredit vaping, and obviously it's adding to you've got the big fight in America going on, and obviously you've got the big fight against it. So if anybody wants to check out that website, it's behindthehaze.com, and if you can discredit it to people that have seen it or whatever. But the website is just literally fucking propaganda. So I wanted to mention that website. I saw it today and I was like, what the fuck is this? It like racked my brain. So let's talk about your link that you've currently got as your name. You're not called Mr. PH this today. You're not. So let's talk about what we've been nominated for. Is this it's not the first time we've been nominated, is it?
I actually don't know, because to be fair, we've won awards in the past that I didn't even know that we were nominated for. When we won the Sub-Ohm magazine one, I didn't even know we were up for it. I just got someone emailed me to say that we'd won. So, but I've seen the nominations come out about 4 weeks ago, something like that. I didn't share no links for us to be nominated. I honestly think that if we've been nominated, whether it's by people that we sponsor, whether it's by people that support us, whether it's by friends, family, colleagues, etc., the fact that we've been nominated is nice. And now we've been nominated, I'll have a little campaign to see if we can win it, just because why not? So we've been nominated for Best Mech Stroke Unregulated Mod for 2019 on the EC Awards. We are currently, let me refresh, second to Canada, although we're catching them. We're probably about 5 or 6 votes out of being in front of them. So if anyone's watching that hasn't voted, please click on the link that I posted right at the start, and I'll post again there in chat. So I've just posted the link. Thomas might want to pin that post. Click on the link, scroll down to Best Mech Mod, click on Endless Mods -Dirtier, and give us a vote. Let's see if we can win it, see if a UK company can win.
voting for the Yam Yam Party, Doreen Tipton. That's what Darren Green just said. I think Darren's behind on the live feed.
Your comment goes against our community standards, so only you can see.
No, I pinned it.
You might not be that, mate. It might be someone I abused earlier on in the fucking night. Let me open Facebook in another tab and I will.
Let us know who's been having a go at you. Or who've you been having a go at? Yeah, I pinned your post anyway, so I've done that in the chat. And while you're doing that, as well, if and nobody checked out the Black Friday deals, what the fuck are you doing? Stay on that one. Get over to shadyvaping.co.uk and go check out the Black Friday deals because they are mental. We know the shop's being grafting hard to get all this done.
It is that comment.
Is it that comment?
Yeah. Let's
see if I pin Pixies, see if it takes that on and all. I've just pinned Pixies. Let us know if you get a message, Pixie. Where's my pen? Not fucking organised. I'm unorganised. Who is it then? Oh, did Pixie? Are you all right? Is yours not? Yours not been done. Paul, 90-day ban. That's your next one, isn't it? So your next ban is 3 months, isn't it?
Next time, I ain't even coming back. Fuck
Do you know how many people will set up a fucking like a petition if you don't come back?
Yeah, it's boring, mate. It's like I used to enjoy the fact that you could have the crack on here, and you really can't. Anymore.
Do you think it's because algorithms? It's like it's getting people stopped because is it literally just what you're saying about vaping, or is it anything and everything?
Hey, I just feel like you can't have an opinion anymore because if it goes against the grain, people start getting all up at you and crying. It's boring. Like I don't understand how you can have a wrong opinion. I mean, for me personally, all my life, I've never understood why cunt is an offensive word. I've never understood why an apple's called an apple and a banana's called a banana and a banana isn't called a cunt and a cunt's called a banana because they're just words. It doesn't sort of. I don't get the whole taking offence to a word.
I ask this question a lot, and people look at me funny. But if you was to teach a brand new baby or a child that orange was black, was purple, and green was blue, and blue was yellow, you'd be called fucking mad. You'd be called insane. But people get offended so much at fucking words, it don't make a fucking difference. Like, what is to say what is the norm? That's what I always question. If you was to teach a baby that black is yellow, green is blue, you'd just be fucking locked up for fucking being psycho, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly that. Which is my point. Which is why. So why can any one word or any one sentence or any one quote, statement, rant, whatever? Why is it so offensive? Why do people get so offended by it? And if you just because you get offended, don't mean what I've said is offensive. It means that you just find what I said offensive. That annoys me as well. The internet, you know what, mate? The internet's responsible for creating fucking idiots. Simple as.
Des just says, unless you're colourblind, I get away with it. Why is orange called orange, but a lemon ain't called yellow?
Exactly.
I like that one. I fucking like that one. Cunt isn't offensive. Man City fans are offensive. Fucking Mark Zuckerberg is an absolute wet wipe, zero banter. Do you think he sits there and just goes, I'm fucking lonely as fuck, let's ban Paul Harrison this week?
I actually think you probably don't even log on that often.
Do you know?
You know what, mate? He's like,
is he that fucking guy? Is he that minted and that fucking arsed and literally just collects a check that he fucking doesn't even log into his Facebook to see what his fucking pals are doing?
I mean, he's obviously on Facebook because he posts on there. I wonder how many friends requests that twat sends out.
Can you actually friend request him?
Huh? You can't.
Can
You
you
can't
friend request him?
No, you can just follow him. And I ain't following him because he ain't fucking Jesus, the ginger prick.
How many people follow him?
Millions of begs who comment on his fucking status going, "Hi, Mark." Fuck off, you divs.
Yeah, but he's only. Oh no, yeah, he's got like 70. Fucking hell!
What's he got, about 300 million or something?
117 million.
Yeah, so
117 million, 95,000.
We need to get him repping endless because he's fucking got a dirty reach off his face.
If we could get Zuckerberg on fucking. Last time he posted was yesterday.
Yeah, he posts regular. But I'd imagine he's past sitting in his house scrolling through his newsfeed on his fucking phone.
Yeah, but do you think he posts?
Yeah, I do actually.
Do you really think he sits there and posts what's on his Facebook? I don't believe that at all.
I do.
I don't think he's that. You're just saying that because you want him to see one of your tags one day.
No, mate. I can't believe you don't have back on there, to be honest. You can't create a platform of this level and he's never put a fucking status up saying, I'm so mad. And then British people saying, you okay? Inbox me home. Because I'd be having bare jokes on there all would I swear.
Yeah, but the thing is, because he's such a high stature, can you imagine posting a picture up of his fucking dinner and it was shocking?
I'd imagine he eats like shite. Leaf eater to me, so I'd imagine dinners don't look that interesting. But that says, all that aside, I find him quite an interesting person. I like people that he's got an out there thought process to even come up with his platform. Although he didn't actually truly come up with it, he actually plagiarised someone else's idea. But to grow a platform to the level that he grew it to is something quite fucking mad. And considering that at the time when this was launched, MySpace was a thing, and it completely obliterated MySpace, and just became the biggest capture of people in ever. And it will only continue to grow because people generally are nosy bastards.
Yeah, but he's such a fucking hypocrite because he's fucking posted on the 17th of October, live from Georgetown, standing for for voice and freedom of expression. Fuck yourself, you lying bastard!
Fucking ginger prick.
Such a fucking liar. Your platform bans any fucking anything negative.
I don't follow him, but I would have commented on that saying, you fucking sanctimonious little prat. Why is it that I can't have freedom of speech? Because your fucking team of dickheads blocked me for 30 days and you're out there fighting for freedom of speech. He used to say on Facebook he wanted the world to be more open and connected. And actually, it's not true because the more open and connected it becomes, the more they fucking dull it down so it can't be open and connected because he created a monster.
Yeah, but it's more of a marketing platform than it actually is a platform. The platform itself is marketing.
It's ultimately a money-making machine now, but back in the day, I used to like anyone that's followed me for a couple of years, that's just how I am. I like to have a good laugh and I like to take the piss and I like to be fucking a bit extreme and actually this is the perfect platform for it. And like 7 or 8 years ago when I had the 50 Shades of Birmingham page, like the shit that I used to get away with posting in the early days was fucking madness. And sometimes I didn't even agree with it, but I just knew it'd get a rise out of people. And it was just, I was sat at home sometimes laughing, thinking, what a bunch of twats, man. And then the bigger it got, and when we were getting out there 9, 10, 11 million views a week on that page, it just goes out to that strong an audience. You're always going to capture someone that gets offended, and they report it. And so, and not back then, to be fair, you'd have to get massive amounts of reports for anything to happen. Now there's an algorithm built into Facebook that automatically delete posts that they think might be offensive.
Yeah.
That's just, it's like sucks.
Do you think? But it's even like advertisement though. Like a lot of it is like they want every sort of business on there to be paying for advertisement. They don't expect you to get any sort of advertisement for fuck all.
Yeah, because they know that people.
But then they block you off.
You just know that companies will pay a lot of money to promote. Mate, there's something like this conservative budget for sponsoring social media ads for this campaign. It's something like £2 million. And that's across obviously various platforms, but it's a lot of money. And people will spend that money because they've got an audience there, sat there every night going, refresh, scroll down, 22 comments, refresh, scroll down 8 comments, refresh, refresh. Because we've become a nation of people that don't want to miss fuck all. Like, I honestly don't ever go through my newsfeed with the top 4 and stuff going. I normally go on there, I scroll down, and then I'll get to a group. I'll go to our group. I don't really like study my fuck. I miss loads of stuff. Like Tash said to me, "Oh, did you see such and such?" No, actually, I didn't, because I don't look, and I never have really. I just go on there normally to post what I need to get off my mind.
But then they have it as like a marketing tool. So the majority of Facebook is marketing, but then they fucking stop people promoting. So you're not allowed to promote vaping on there. You're not allowed to promote fucking hardly anything that's not fucking legit as known as legit. Very much in fucking inverted comments, because you get, listen, we'll be headed on fucking Facebook, but we can't fucking post an hand check.
I've seen a video of an Arab kicking a fucking donkey off a cliff.
But you can't post a fucking status about someone being a cunt.
It's funny, but you shouldn't be on there. And then there's 100%. There's paedophile groups on Facebook. 100% there's paedophile rooms running, operating on Facebook. And they must have enough intelligence in the back end of Facebook to pick up on certain conversations. There must be images getting shared, I would imagine, where they can just go, bam, give all that information to whoever they need to give it to. Preferably someone with fucking AK-47s to go and shoot these fucking horrible bastards. And yeah, I can post a status that says the Vapor Expo price list. And I don't believe that post was reported. I do believe that algorithm picked it up that was inappropriate and deleted it. So if they can delete that within 12 hours, ban me for 30 days, what the fuck is the paedophiles on Facebook? Unless Mark Zuckerberg is head of the paedo ringo on Facebook and he's allowing it to go on. So I challenge Mark Zuckerberg to come on next week's show and fucking stand on the account for.
I just, they're actually now going through DMs, aren't they?
Huh?
They're actually going through DMs now. I know people who've actually been banned from sending messages.
I know
I want a fucking job. Wait till you see my new coffee cup, man. Fucking massive. We have to boil the kettle twice to make 2 cups of coffee.
You got a stein for coffee?
You need longer fucking spoons.
I need some spoons out of Knickerbocker Glories to stir the fucking. There's people, I know that often people post up saying as if they got like a message in the inbox saying that what they were sending was inappropriate because it got bad language in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, the whole point of that inbox message is that I should be able to fucking rant and rave in there and call someone a cunt and fucking whatever I want to call them. I won't say it live on there because the video will end up getting deleted and I'll get a fucking 3-year ban. But I should be able to say whatever I like in that DM. I should be able to say whatever I like on my newsfeed, in all honesty. And I still stand by the fact that for every opinion that I have, I see things that I don't like myself. And if it's repeated by the people, I delete them. Or I scroll past it, and I know there's people that have deleted me because they don't want to see the fucking look at the fucking size of this thing. Fucking big as my fucking head.
Fucking hell. How many fucking spoonfuls of coffee does that take?
I'm in for dunking biscuits because I know I ain't got to bite that one edge off them to get them in the top. Well, apart from these biscuits, because there's other cookies as well, which is...
Tell it's Christmas, we've been to Costco.
And Green says, bring back Bebo.
I never
That was for
used...
the kids, well, that was for kids.
Yeah, obviously he's loving the kids. I don't know. I never used Bebo. I never used MySpace. Never really used Microsoft, whatever it was called, Messenger.
Do you never use MSN? I had you down as an MSN user.
Nah, I started off more internet trolling on Yahoo Chat back in the day, man. I'm talking like 1999.
AOL chat.
I didn't really use AOL Chat. I used Yahoo Messenger, and then Yahoo Messenger had like a platform with various chat rooms and stuff. But I can remember 20 odd years ago having my mind blown that I could be slagging up. I don't know if people remember, but in fact, there's probably people watching this that are not even old enough. There was a Russian, I think it was a Russian submarine called Tusk or something, or Kursk.
Oh, they renamed it.
No, the submarine sank. Fucking done.
Do you not remember when they did a vote on social media about naming the boat, and they called it Boaty McBoatface? Can you remember that? And they had to call it Boaty McBoatface. Social media just has such a massive fucking grab. AOL, ICQ. What's ICQ? MSN, Yahoo, that's where the Times. I remember MSN. I remember briefly like Yahoo Messenger, but apart from that, it was MSN.
So I've just Googled what submarine sank in the year 2000. And the Kursk submarine disaster, the sinking of the nuclear-powered Oscar-class submarine Kursk, which was a Russian project 949A, took place during the first major Russian naval exercise in more than 10 years in the Barents Sea on the 12th of August 2000, killing all 118 personnel on board. Now, bear in mind that a submarine just sank, killing 118 people on board. I was trolling people on Russian chat websites 20 years ago just for shits and giggles. Like, I didn't know, I didn't realise I was trolling. I just thought there was other people out there with six sense of humour like mine. But I just remember thinking it was mad that I could talk to someone in America and they answer you back.
Yeah.
In my life, I grew up before you could send a text message, mate. I was 16 or 17 before I sent my first text message.
Fucking hell.
Maybe older.
When did we get sort of like the first? I was definitely like year 7 or year 8, so I'd have been about 11 or 12 when I remember sort of like not the first mobile phones, but like mobile phones of my generation coming through, like the fucking Nokia 3310 and stuff like that, and then having polyphonic ringtones.
Mate, there was bare phones before Nokia 3310s. I had
That's my generation, you know what I mean? I remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I had my first mobile phone when I was 17.
But was it fucking mobile?
An NECP3, and it was like, literally, it was a mobile phone, and then I can't remember what you had to do, whether you had to hold the power button, and it turned it into a police scanner. And then, like, you're not supposed to do that. Someone had booked it for me. So, and then do something else with it, and I could just make international calls on it for free. Mad thing it was. Everyone I knew had an NEC P3. And we had a fucking airport that used to fucking flip up at the side. And
What was the big white one?
the Motorola.
Looks like a fucking massive brick here.
Yeah, Motorola. My uncle used to have a Motorola. He used to work at the factory that I'm the director of now. Like, and he had that way before like mobile phones were mainstream.
It is fucking crazy. Like in the last 30, 40, not even 40 years, in the last 25 years, how technology's changed.
Madness. I think I said before, when I had my first mobile phone, I literally had a list of people's names and numbers on a piece of A4, folded up, and I used to unclip the battery and put the piece of paper in there, clip the battery on, because I didn't even know how to store the numbers in the fucking phone.
I'd fucking did that. Where you could type out your own ringtone off the internet like fucking Morse code. Fucking what? 1997, I think I used the Philips 301, first pay as you go, and then you had the Motorola. I remember the Motorola. What I always wanted, can you remember? It was just after sort of like, because you obviously had pages first, didn't you? Do you remember the Motorola? It could fucking slide up. That was the phone I always fucking wanted, and I got it. I must have been about 15 at the time, and it was the fucking bag of shit worst thing I'd ever fucking used. And all it was just the screen that slid up with a keypad underneath, and I thought, I'm going to be badass with this fucking phone, and it was shocking, absolutely fucking shocking. But like, you think now kids can play games on their mobile phone tech? Fucking Snake.
Yeah, but you're talking about Snake, mate. On my first mobile phone, it made phone calls. Not even joking. On my first mobile phone, it didn't have text message facility.
No way. Yeah, but they didn't really have screens, did they? Like this, it was just a fucking phone,
Yeah.
literally a phone you could walk out with.
Fucking calculator screen on it, mate. No caller ID, no fuck all.
It just rang and you had to answer it.
The only way you knew that someone was there if they were in your phone book, but because I didn't know how to fucking put my phone book in there, I just used to get people on the number ringing me. And then I had the NEC P3. Then I feel like I had an Ericsson. Before Sony Ericsson was a thing, Ericsson was its own company.
Yeah.
And Ericsson used to make small phones. Ericsson phones were sick. Well, if you had an Ericsson phone, you were a little baller. And I remember, and I went and bought the top of the range Ericsson on 1-to-1.
1-to-1?
Which is now 0-2.
0-2, yeah.
I had 1-to-1, free evening and weekend calls, 7 till 7. All weekend was free. And I had that phone. And I remember paying 70 quid. Bear in mind, this is going back to probably 95. So, whatever that is, 24 years ago. Might have even been 94. Now, 95, I reckon. It was the year that I started working in the factory. And I remember paying 70 quid for a plastic mahogany case for this phone.
Ericsson T28 is Neil Bugs's.
Nah, the T28 was the first, if I remember rightly, the T28 was the first Ericsson that had Bluetooth on it. It was the first mobile phone that had Bluetooth on it, if I remember rightly.
When we had infrared, transferring files, and if you fucking somebody knocked your phone and you were transferring a fucking 1 megabyte file and it took 6 weeks, and someone knocked your phone, you'd take their head off. What does that say? Matrix phone.
Yeah, the orange banana, that was, wasn't it? The orange Matrix, which was the same phone that was used in the film The Matrix.
Motorola made the first portable running 8 AA batteries, no screen on it.
Right, so I just found the phone that my sister had, which was an Ericsson GA628. I'm trying to find the one that I had.
Ericsson what?
GA628. And the one that I had looked similar to it, but it was smaller.
Oh, I remember them. I fucking remember them. When did they come out? 1996. 1996, them phones came out. That's fucking mayhem to think. Fucking 1996. 20. What's that work out at? 23 years ago.
Yep.
Fucking hell. Oh, you can buy them on fucking. They're all...
I know. I'm just literally looking to buy them.
The question is, do you think they'll still have fucking signal?
Mate, they've probably still got battery.
Who remembers the Motorola StarTAC? Is it StarTAC?
Yeah.
What about when you could put on the Nokia, the fucking Nokia logo and move from top? I'm sure it was like a fiver to fucking do that at all. Motorola StarTAC. I want to have a look at this.
388.
Oh, that is one fucking ugly phone. Fucking hell. Pick up on me. Weird.
Well, I had the PH388 Ericsson.
PH3.
88.
Fucking. Didn't that aerial come up?
No, it was fixed up. But you know what I'd done, mate? It was like the Chavies Dickies thing. I had an aerial that when it used to ring, it fucking flashed. and I had he put in a mahogany case, man. Let me see what I found.
Can you remember them old leather cases with the fucking, like, literally plastic screen covers? Can you remember them? You know what though? Do you want to know what though, Paul? If you had a mobile phone like that these days, right, and couldn't fucking go on social media and just could receive phone calls, how many people would actually pick up the phone and phone? Not fucking many.
I've just Googled mahogany case on Ericsson phone, and I've found a Nokia, which was like, what Nokia is that actually? An 8210, which was like, that was my, I had the Ericsson. Then I had a 6210i, which was the Vodafone's version of something else. It was like exactly the same. The 6210 was like a 6115, I think. A 6115 was like the Nokia phone. The Vodafone version was called the 6210. And it was the first phone that I had with polyphonic ringtones on it. And then I had an 8210, which was the smallest phone of its time by a fucking country mile. Battery used to last about 14 minutes. Like next level shit. And then I had a 6310i, which was the Bluetooth version of a 6210i. And then I had like the cradle put in my car for the hands-free on it, and it used to charge my phone. And I thought I was bad that I could drive down the road and go, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm just driving in it. Fucking madness, man.
I'm just looking at this fucking, how expensive these old fucking retro phones are.
Crazy.
Absolutely fucking mental. The Motorola Razr V3 Flip.
I used to be, you know what? I've always been a gadget freak. Like that. I had an 8210, then I had an 8310i, then I had, and then the bot at the end. I don't know if you remember. I had an N95, N97, and I think if you Google N93, I'm
I
sure
have the N95.
the N93 was like a flip phone that you could make it look like a fucking video camera. If it's the
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
93 Nokia. I'm sure that's the one.
At the top.
Yeah, so what used to happen was, like, the camera was side on that. And then if you have a look at some of the pictures, you could flip it round and fold it in such a way that it was literally like a camcorder. Fucking badass camera for its time.
3.2 megapixels.
Yeah, but like, mate, that was like the best. But I'm sure if you look at that I'm sure if you look at that phone, it also had, no, it never. I had an N95 after that. I had an N92, then I had, and then I got an N93 at the same time. I ended up taking out a second contract because I wanted an N93. Then I got an N95, which had something like a 3.2 megapixel, but it had a Carl Zeiss lens on it, and it was sick. N93, when was that launched?
Let's have a look.
It was launched on the 25th of April 2006 and released in July 2006.
Just the technology, man, in the space of fucking 2006, in 23 years, is fucking ridiculous. What about the one that had the rubber case? You could, what was it, 1996?
No, 2006. Since
2006.
14 years ago.
What about the one that you could, Nokia, that you could press at each side and you could literally just be the phone block?
I had that as well. It was a 5110, I think, and it used to be.
Couldn't you bounce it? Literally throw it on the floor and bounce it?
It's supposed to be like dustproof and that, so like you used to press the sides and it'd slide out, and then you could buy different coloured cases for it. I'm sure it was a 5110. I'm sure it was.
I'm sure people used to fucking throw them around school.
5110 Nokia. No, it weren't. What was it? 5310, was it?
Nah. 5210.
5210.
5210.
Yeah, that's the one. I used to have one of them. That was one of my first company mobile phones. In that
What colour was it in?
Blue.
I won in green.
But then I used to go to the market and buy these chavvy cases for like 20 quid or something mad. And you put them on, and after fucking a week of using it, you couldn't even see a number on the number thing because the numbers would just wear off. And when your phone rung, the light was shining through every single number because they were painted external, not internal. The stupid fucking Chinese cunts.
But that like goes back to vaping very first, when everything was customizable. Everything down to O-rings, down to drip tip, fucking anything you could imagine was customizable.
Mate, it's exactly what, when we first started, and I said to Tasha, look, we need to, if we have pink batteries, we need to have pink C4s, pink lanyards, pink cases, blue batteries, blue fucking C4s, blue cases, blue lanyards. I said that people will fucking customise these just like they used to customise a mobile phone. And I was a dickhead for customising mobiles, mate. Say fucking mahogany cat. What the fuck do you want your phone to look like? It's been carved out of a block of wood for. And then
but you had a new phone, didn't you? You had a new every time you got a new case, it was a new phone.
Yeah, but I used to have
like
back then, mate, 12-month contracts, weren't there?
Yeah.
I used to have a new number for years and years. I had new numbers on my own contracts because I'd always get a new phone after 6 or 7 months because they dropped something new. So I'd take out a new contract and then just let my old one expire. And then I'd just get this new phone 3 months in, they'd drop something else, and I'd just take it out on contract, and I'd have 2 phones. Plus my company phone. I've had my company phone number now for fucking about 22 years or something.
It's fucking madness, like the sort of thinking of the customization you used to do. Did you ever have your phone on a lanyard? Did you ever have your phone on a swinging lanyard?
Nah, but I had a fucking headset with the Janet Jackson ear. Janet Jackson fucking go up and over my ear and just a little boom mic on it. Like,
I remember doing that with fucking straws.
what's that?
Straws, Mackie straws.
What's that?
Like pretending to be like Michael Jackson or Madonna or fuck.
Fucking dickhead.
you just brought when you did the dancing and Janet Jackson. I thought I fucking did that as a kid with straws. You know the bendy fucking like literally over my fucking.
Madness.
You just brought me back to my fucking childhood. Oh, what was that one called?
Did Paul have a mini Scion computer? I did. I did have a little Scion, and it was Paul.
What was that called?
Well, that was called. I've just seen that somewhere. That was called a Nokia 7600.
That was. I had one of them, and they were the fucking worst fucking things for making calls.
There's one on eBay, unlocked, refurbished for 300 quid.
What the fuck? What the fuck? That is absolute mayhem.
There's a Nokia 5210 unlocked on eBay for 230.
You couldn't fucking get that at the time, let alone fucking now. That is fucking crazy. Nokia sent it to your favorite. Oh, yeah, was it the N-Gage that you could play the games?
Yeah,
and you had to turn it sideways to fucking make the call.
I honestly never had. I never had none of them. I literally remember when I had the 6210 or whatever it was, the Nokia version of the 6110 or the 6115 or whatever the Vodafone version was. It was the first phone that was available on the market where I could have caller groups for my ringtones. So I could have a ringtone that rung a certain way, work phone me. One if my family phoned me, one if my fucking friends phoned me, and I'd know who was phoning from the ringtones that was coming in on it and stuff like that. Madness.
No way. Do you think it would be the same nostalgia if everyone kept them sort of phones?
I feel like we've got an N95 in this house somewhere. I probably threw it out there because that's what I had when I first moved in with Tash. I had an N95.
Is that the one that slides up? That one that slides up?
Yep.
It's like a house. That's like a brick, in it, like a house brick.
Yeah. No, I didn't. N95 didn't have a slider on it. It was like a bigger. I don't think. Let me just check and see. N95.
Yeah, I'm sure it slid up. Yeah, 100%. It was massive as well.
Oh yeah. The whole fucking thing, the whole screen used to slide up. Didn't it?
Yeah, and you could slide it the other way for the fucking tunes.
Yeah,
because that's when they had like the big resurgence for music, didn't they?
Yeah, you had play button on there and that.
Yeah. My favourite phone of all time, if you said to me, Tom, you can have this phone and I'd have it, was the Sony D500.
I never had a Sony mobile phone.
Never. The reason I like the D500 is because you had a little fucking square speaker that you stuck into the side of it. Play our tunes on it. D500. If anybody had a D500, let us know in the chat because I'm sure my generation, everybody had a fucking D500. Everybody. It was like the go-to. Nokia 9210i.
Oh, the Nokia communicator. Used to open up and it had a full keyboard on it.
Tell me you had a Walkman, Paul.
I didn't have a Sony Walkman because we were tramps. I had a cassette player of sorts that used to take headphones and used to take 3 AA batteries, and we never ever had a battery to put in the cunt. I can remember.
Yeah, there's the fucking N-Gage.
Spares for his business, like when he used to go for his wholesale stuff, they used to sell bits of electronics. And he come back, he'd be there of a Saturday morning, come back and he was like, they've got them bloody Walkman things in there. And I think off the top of my head, they're about fucking 12 or 14 quid for these. It was a Sanyo or something like that. It was like some fucking Japanese made. And our mum was like, "Oh, you should get the kids one, Les." And he was like, "Oh, I don't know, man, it's a bit expensive." Anyway, we drove up there, got them. All of us had a red one with these fucking. Remember the old headphones? And they used to slide across each other to make them bigger or smaller. But we didn't actually just there was just like you had a fat metal bar and a skinny one, and that one went through it and just like after that.
Yeah. Just one side on it, just one side adjusted.
Yeah. And fucking, he stopped at the shops on the way back, spent nearly as much on the Walkmans as what he did on batteries. I mean, nearly as much on batteries as Walkmans. So we all had 3 batteries each, or 2 batteries each, whatever it took. And then, like, within 45 minutes, all of us were like, "Dad, this is not working properly," and all of our batteries were flat. And he's like, "Oh, fuck you, I'm spending money on batteries like that. It's never to be fucking used again."
Was it tape decks or was it CDs?
Fucking CDs. There weren't such things. I had a disc, man.
A mini? Do you have a mini disc?
It was called a Discman. It was like a Walkman, but for discs.
Yeah, and then they brought the fucking floppy disk mini discs, what was the biggest fucking fail ever.
Yeah.
And they try to sack off albums in fucking CDs, try to get rid of CDs. You'll never get fucking rid of CDs. What else did they do after that? Because then you had the whole big surge of like Blu-ray, and Blu-ray was meant to be like the biggest thing, flopped on its arse and all.
First Blu-ray player I ever bought was the Sony Blu-ray player, and it cost me £1,250.
Fuck! Fucking hell.
And I didn't even used to watch. The first film I ever watched on it was Father of the Bride with Steve Martin, or Martin, as his name is.
I don't know the film.
Let me see.
Fucking yeah, when Blu-ray was meant. Literally, like the only fucking Blu-rays players are on fucking PlayStations. There used to be a Samsung phone with B&O speakers in it.
I mean, I've been on smartphone for about 12 years from whenever they bought out the first iPhone. And I bought an iPod Touch. In fact, I tell a lie, I never had the first iPhone, I had the second. I had the I think it was a 3S. Yeah, that's, mate, it literally didn't have a rewind button on it.
Tape out with pen.
Yeah, and then you could fast forward it, but you couldn't rewind it. And to fast forward it, you just had to hold your finger on it. Having movies. And then you'd stop it and go, "Yes, sweet." And then if you wanted to listen to a song again, you'd have to take the cassette out, flip it over, put it in, fast forward it, turn it over, check it now a bit more, turn it back, check it out, put it in, listen now a bit more.
But did you ever, when your mum had VHS or your dad had VHS, did they ever tape over the fucking hole that they pulled out to re-record over it?
A friend of mine robbed a video shop. You know, like you used to go and like Blockbusters, but before Blockbusters was a thing. I don't know if you guys remember it, but like when I was a kid, like video shops were massive, but there weren't like big branded ones like Blockbusters and stuff like that. It was literally fucking Asian shops that just turned into video shops. You go and rent a video off them. And my pal robbed the video shop, and he landed at my dad's house, and my dad bought a black bag of videos off him. And then, like, you used to be able to buy video stickers from like the pound shop equivalent. And then we had them mahogany fucking, you know, them cases that you put video cassettes in that are supposed to look like books. Some green ones, some burgundy ones, and got gold lettering on them. And then you they'd all be taped over because they're obviously come from the fucking Rob shop, so they're all popped out. And then you get the letters. You used to get letters in the pack, so you could stick on there like fucking Lee's christening. Whatever the fuck was on there. Fucking man.
The kids don't know the fucking born these days.
No, mate, have you ever tried wanking to porn on VHS when it's on pause? He does this. It's paused like that. It didn't actually pause still.
Oh, fucking
You know?
hell. I'm telling you now, if I go fucking loft upstairs, he's got them fucking bookcases, fucking VHS. I'm telling you now.
My birthday.
Ashley Yates, Dad's tape, do not use. We all knew what were on fucking Dad's tape.
His mum getting fucking backstored, mate.
Oh my god. Betamax videos were the best. What's Betamax?
So Betamax, Neil Pudley's talking out of his arse, a little kid. You know what? Like basically VHS launched, and then Betamax launched. And Betamax was another cassette version, but it was a different size. So I think, if I remember rightly, Sony launched Betamax. Ferguson launched VHS. And for whatever reason, VHS took off and Betamax didn't. But I can remember my uncle, who had the fucking Motorola brick. He was a gadget freak to fuck, Jeff was. He had Betamax video and VHS. And I think back in 1979, 1980, whenever ET come out. When was ET? When did ET come out? When was ET movie released? Oh, December the 9th, 1992. And before Christmas of 1992, so I'd have been 5 years old, we sat round at my mum and dad's. My uncle come over with his Betamax player and a moody copy of ET. Already they've got a moody copy of it, mate. It was the most shocking recording you've ever seen in your life. And only the other day, Tash says, "Oh, I put ET on." I says, "You know what? I've never watched it because the quality was that bad. We couldn't really make it out." We were all that excited that we could like put something in a box there and it come on the telly there because like this shit was like next level crazy. I remember the fucking remote control for the video player was on a 3.5mm jack plug, a cord about that long. And you plugged it in and then you pressed the buttons. And I was like, what the fuck's the point in that, man? You got to stand next to this video player.
To do it.
And then my old man had a Ferguson VHS. And like the play button and that used to stick out. They used to all stick out. So you'd have to like go fucking two-handed, man, to press the play button. And then like when you wanted to record something on the telly, you'd have to press play and record at the same fucking time on a cassette player. Fucking mad stuff. And then like you'd fucking record, like your dad had to go, make sure you record the bill. And then you'd be recording, you'd go, fuck, I haven't changed the video to 3. You recorded the wrong channel, and you got to tell your dad something. So what you do then is like fucking, I'd record over it with something else completely different, and then say, I definitely recorded it. Craig must have recorded over it. Just got the farmer in the house, mate. And then you could have like a 7-day programmer, couldn't you, to record shit?
Yeah, and majority of like video. I remember majority of my friends and stuff. The parents, I can't remember what the fucking shop is for the life of me, but you could rent the fucking actual video players. The majority of them were rented, weren't they?
Yeah,
like the VHS players.
Rumbelows or something like that, weren't it?
Yeah, there was a specific shop that you could go in and you could buy fucking lease hi-fis and fucking like it's probably before my time, but I remember Mum saying that they used to put money in fucking TV.
Yeah, I can remember. I don't think we ever had a telly with money in there, to be honest. But I definitely remember putting 50 pence in the meter, like in the electric meter. But I knew people. You'd be sat around my pal's house watching the telly, and the fucking telly would go off. Mum, I need some money for the fucking telly, and you'd have to put 20 pences in and wind it in. Go through a fucking coin box, you get another fucking 25 minutes of telly or something. And I was like thinking, fucking hell, why did I pay to fucking charge the bastard television? They put that
radio rentals.
Radio rentals. There was Rumbelows. There was quite a few. It was a big thing back then, man, because people like white goods were way more expensive then, pro rata to what they are now.
Because I've heard stuff
my dad buying a blue diamond teller, and I reckon it was probably only a 24-inch telly, but it seemed like it was massive. Blue diamond TV.
They still do them in fucking flat screen. Still a company. It's big back in it though. A big backed, aren't they?
Yeah, fucking massive. I'm gonna say 1982 maybe.
By any chance, did it fucking look like that?
So what? It was just shocking. And then you'd have like you used to open a panel on the front of it, and it had like you press the button and they were on like a fucking spring. So you press it in and then it'd pop out further, and then you could twist it to tune in your fucking channel. Twist it backwards and forwards. When you tuned it in, then you got like fine tuning on there and madness.
Hold on, this one. Can you still fucking buy these? Like that?
Nah, I feel like it was newer than that. I'm just going through some years now, 1984 maybe. I don't think it was that.
You can literally still buy these fucking tellies.
Mate, I remember when my dad bought that blue diamond telly, it was literally like now getting an 85-inch fucking OLED 12K. It was like the best telly on the market, and I can remember it come on an advert on the TV, and our mum saying, "Oh, that's the one that we've ordered. That is," and everyone was all going, "Oh my god!"
Because I've heard stories like from my old lady, and she said like she remembers my granddad going across the street to the phone box and ringing the fucking house phone in the house because they'd never heard a fucking phone ring, and literally with their first house phone was fucking like they literally went over to the phone box, rang them, and they picked up. Was like, what the fuck's that noise in house? Fucking big red telephone. But then like backs, which is obviously like shared lines, and you could fucking pick up phone, and Maureen, that other line, were talking about how she fucking missed a period in that. My grandma was like, fucking hell,
yeah, Maureen's on phone. Oh, our Bob give me a right good fingering right now.
And my grandma's like, fucking hell, get off. Shared line and stuff like that. There is still places in the UK that do have shared lines. I think it's backs, it's called. I'm sure it's called fucking backs and shared lines.
Probably in fucking Wales, the backward
fucking cups with strings on. Fucking brilliant. Right, well, I've got one more subject to ask you, and I wrote this down, and I won't spoil it for you. Well, Saturday night is going to be AJ versus Ruiz, and we know you're a big boxing fan. Who's winning it? Honestly, who's winning it and why?
I feel like Ruiz could win again, you know.
Did you watch the presser today, or have you seen any highlights from the presser today?
I watched it live on YouTube earlier.
Do you think AJ doesn't look all there? Do you think he still looks like he's very much in it, but do you feel like...
I honestly feel like Ruiz is underestimated too far. And I feel like people are blaming AJ for not being on form for the first loss, but actually, my man's a little bomber, and he's resilient, and he's awkward to hit, and he punches in close, and he managed to get in close and punch him. And honestly, I don't know, man. I want AJ to win, but you know what? Andy Ruiz is a nice geezer, man. Like, he's a proper, genuine, humbled man. He's got a family, and I feel like AJ is made. Like, I never ever used to feel like AJ was too big for his boots. I always felt like he was quite a humble boxer. And I feel like now he's made so much dough. It's like it's got to be hard to maintain that passion and drive and will and all the other things that go with being a world championship fighter. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Do you think AJ is more of a brand than? Do you think the whole thing behind AJ is more of a brand rather than him being just a fighter?
He gets paid a lot of money. He's sitting in that press conference today with his Beats around his headphone, around his neck because he's sponsored by Beats and
watch on, showing his watch as he's fucking got him in fist.
Yeah, like if you, I don't know, did you watch the press conference they done in the week where they sit on the chairs back to back and face each other?
Yeah.
And Anthony Ruiz, he's sat there. He's got to have fucking 100 grand's worth of diamonds on. And he says, don't read too much into this. This is just stuff that I've always wanted to buy all my life. It's stuff that I've wanted since I was a kid. So now I could afford it. I've gone out and fucking bought it. But don't let that fool you. Don't let that think that I've lost my passion and my will to want to do the best that I can do. Mate, I honestly don't know. I've got the box on my house. I've got a few pals coming around. I want, you know what? I want Joshua to win because I want Joshua and Tyson Fury to fight next year.
He'll still fight though, even though.
I don't, I feel like AJ's half done if he loses again, to be honest.
He's got to fight White again if he loses.
Huh?
He's got to fight Dillian White if he loses.
Who, Joshua?
Yeah.
He doesn't. Well, that was a title. That was for a title fight, though.
But there's two. Didn't they have two fights?
I just feel like I don't know, mate. We'll see what happens. I don't even want to say because, like in my heart, I want Anthony Joshua to win because he's British. I feel like Ruiz wants this more.
I don't know. Like today, watching him, how he's fucking literally laser Anthony Joshua, like he's not had a fucking trim. He don't look fucking. Do you know what I mean? Looks like he was sparring yesterday. Still sparring yesterday. Like,
yeah, they'll still do that. Tomorrow they still need to do what they've got to do.
Now they're meant to. He's meant because Eddie Hearn even made a comment and said he's told me he was sparring yesterday. They're meant to stop the Monday of the week of the fight, and he's still sparring as he was an hour before the press conference.
We'll see what happens Saturday, mate. It's on at 9 p.m, so it's a nice early fight for the UK.
Yeah, it's quarter to 9. He's been walking it.
So I don't know. I really feel like, mate, I was watching Andy Ruiz train on the bag, and the geezer's sharp.
He's fast. He's fast.
He's precise. He's awkward. He's little. He's fucking. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. I feel like he could win it again.
And what happens if he does win it again, though? Like, do you think AJ's done?
I just don't see how he comes back from it, to be honest.
I feel like I'm just there, like, thinking, what is the outcome of it? So if he does lose, obviously Wilder's going to want to fight Ruiz. Wilder's fucking, even though he's all mouth, Wilder's going to fight Ruiz. And I think Wilder would beat Ruiz. I think Tyson Fury would beat Ruiz. Is Ruiz literally Anthony Joshua's fucking kryptonite?
No, it could be that way. We were saying this the other night when Billy and Disco come over, like how two fighters fight and one loses and one wins, and then they fight some more and one loses and one wins. And when the one who's beat that one fights the one who beat him, they lose. And it's like, how did that work? Well, some people's fighting styles just don't suit other people's fighting styles, and like there's people out there that can beat Tyson Fury. But most of the heavyweight division at the moment, I don't think there's anyone who could beat him at the moment, to be honest. I actually think Wilder stands more chance of beating Tyson Fury than anyone else, just because of his pure size. I don't think Anthony Joshua would last with Tyson Fury.
Do you last with Wilder?
I just think that Wilder's got the opportunity to fight a slightly different fight to what he fought last time. That said, I think I actually come up in my newsfeed. It must be 12 months ago since they fought last weekend, and I honestly believe that the Fury fight last year was the best heavyweight fight I'd ever watched out of anyone.
But Fury's very much is in the factors that they're not. When you look at them and you think, fucking just fat man fighting, but they're not. Like Fury's fucking bobbing and weaving. He's like literally like he's got fucking schizophrenia and he's fucking he's got tics and that.
The size of him, he's not. Look, Anthony Joshua to me is a very well stanced fighter. He stands there. He's got the right stance. He's got the right movements. He's on his fucking toes. He's very rocky looking when he's fighting. Actually, Tyson Fury, for a long time, I never rated him. I always rated him as a lucky fighter. And it was only really when I started watching him box properly, and I was like, you know what, my man's so hard to fucking hit. Like, he's got the best defence game of any heavyweight boxer, in my opinion. And for Wilder to put him on his arse in the 12th round like he did, and for Tyson Fury to jump up like he just heard his missus unlocking his mobile phone, he was fucking next level, mate.
Yeah.
Crazy. But I think, as it stands at this minute in time, Wilder's probably the only person that could beat him, but that depends on how Wilder fights, not necessarily on how
If he's got one thing, Annie, Wilder's just a one-punch man, isn't he? Like, he's literally just a bomb.
I don't know, I still think he's quite a good boxer, but he's like, that punch he's got's next level, mate, and it's like putting people, like, he knocked out fucking Ortiz in the world.
Ortiz for fun, man.
Knocked him stark out after he'd lost 7 rounds of boxing.
After he'd wobbled him as well, he were on his fucking ass.
Yeah.
He were on his ass. I feel like, for me personally, only getting into boxing over the last few years, for me, the heavyweight division is so entertaining. It's unreal. Like, there's so many good fighters.
I was saying to Billy, when I was like a teenager, heavyweight was like next level, mad, and then super middleweight was like the Nigel Benns, the Chris Eubanks, the Michael Watsons. It was all like Nigel Benn. It was a fucking wicked, like, super middleweight. Used to pull same crowds like heavyweight had pulled out. It was like mad. But then obviously you had your fucking Frank Brunos, your Mike Tysons, and it was like heavyweight back then was fire. And I feel like now, for the first time in a long time, there's like a lot of good boxers at that level.
I like Povetkin, me. I think he's actually a really good fighter. He's like Russian or something, isn't he? Or Polish, Russian. But he's a good fighter. But that geezer who's fucking fighting White, I've never fucking seen him before ever.
No.
So I feel like that's just because White's literally on what? He's on like 8-week prep, isn't he? That's all he's on is White.
Yeah.
I feel like he'll bang him, but then I feel like the opportunity for White to fight Fury, to fight Wilder, to fight Joshua is there. And I think White is literally just a brawler, isn't he?
Yeah, you know what? I don't think he's that good. He does what he has to do. Technically, he's not very good. I don't think. And sometimes it comes down to the fact that you can take a hell of a punch and you can give a hell of a punch, and you have to take 6 to give 2 good ones, and that's where Andy Ruiz is like next level. Like, if you watch their fight back from last year when you told me the results in Germany. Actually, even though Joshua put him on his arse with a clean shot, Andy Ruiz did not look dazed on the floor. He was a bit more fucking hell, as if I've been knocked over than, oh my God, I need to get up and compose myself. He got up and he fucking... And actually, normally, when Andy Joshua puts someone on their arse and he goes in firing like he did straight afterwards, he's putting them people to sleep. And actually, Ruiz was catching him with some bombs and put him on his arse twice within the next fucking minute and a half. And it's like, that can happen in any round, mate. And I feel like Joshua, he's got a box such a clever. He can come out swinging, but Ruiz might take 3 of his shots to get fucking 2 in there and back in the same situation I was last year. He can try and drag it out. And
yeah, I think
he's got all the.
If Ruiz fights on the inside, he's going to win.
I just
feel
feel
like
like
if he fights more on the inside,
the longer it goes on, the more chance. Saying that, you know what? For a fucking dad bod, My man's got fucking fitness, next level fitness levels as well.
Yeah, he don't gas. He don't gas. He's not. He don't seem like one of these kids who will gas
I
out.
was watching his fight against Porter yesterday or the day before at work, and I don't believe he went that fight went the distance, and my man's still banging in the 12th like proper. And personally, I don't think he lost that fight. That's his only loss. He's against Porter. And yeah, Anthony
Found
Joshua.
Joseph Parker, didn't he?
That's what I meant, Parker. So he lost
Joseph
against
Parker,
Parker,
yeah.
but that went the distance. But then Joshua beat Parker, and then Ruiz beat Joshua. So that's like the scenario we were talking about the other night, where one's beat one, one's beat the other, and then the one who lost against the one who beat him loses against the one that got beat by him, and it's like he's just what it is. I don't particularly think he lost against Parker, but right up until 12th round, he's still bombing, he's still fighting, he's not as fresh as he was in round one, but considering he's just had 36 minutes of fucking getting slugged and slugging, he still looked fairly decent to me.
Yeah, I think it'd be a very good fight.
He's trained properly for this fight.
So they both had 12 weeks, haven't they? Yeah.
I'm really excited about the fight on Saturday because I haven't got a clue what way it's going to go.
Are you going to put a bet on?
I'm not a betting man. I'm not a gambling man.
But if you are to bet, who are you betting on?
If I had to if someone give me £10,000 to put a bet on, I would bet on Andy Ruiz winning.
And still, it's going to be a good fight. Well, we'll finish off status of the week, as we always do. And I actually really like this one because I can actually relate to this because I've seen a lot of people recently. So the status is worse than seeing someone trying to discredit what you do or the industry you work in because they also tried and failed miserably. Wipe the green off your face, you envious cretin. I liked that one. So that's us for this week. Remember, we've still got the Black Friday deals going on. We might have something special going on later on in the week, but make sure you're checking that out. And also, don't forget to go to the link and vote for us if you want voting. Afterwards, get to the AC Click Awards and get voting for us.
Have a look at the AC Click Awards and see where we are. We're less than 0.5% behind Kennedy. We're on 16.67. Kennedy's on 17.29. 16.87 we're on, sorry, against 17.29. So if there's 10 people watching, there's 10 people still left. If you go over, click on the link, scroll down, best met mod stroke unregulated, click on dirty mods, endless mods dirtier. Give us a vote. Let's get us back into first place. This is going to run through to the 17th. Now, I know when you wake up in the morning, Kennedy's going to be back lively ahead again because obviously the Americans are asleep at the minute. They're just coming to. They're going to be doing their thing shortly. So, but yeah, any votes that we can get, brilliant. Appreciate everyone that has voted and everyone that does vote in the future. If you want to share the link about course, that'd be really appreciated. Blah, 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 blah. Peace out, people.
Take it easy. Night all.